And we're live. Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday. What day is it? June 23rd, 8:02 p.m. Welcome to another Johnny Stumbles. I almost said Johnny versus Spenny, thanks to Pine Soul. I see Marge in the house. Karen, Slippery Pete, Vivian Johnson, Jennifer Gala, Julie, Jacques, Sheena Roberts, Jeanette Morales, Skirtej, Sebastian, Wesley, Brad Palmer, Harjot, and everyone else. Little XO, Whippy Dude, Fluffy Bunny, Simon Kitty, Robert Ruddick. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Paul Blunt, 279. Let's get ready to stumbles. All right, I am not a buffer brother, that is for sure. But thank you for the 279, Paul Blunt. And we're going to kick this stream off with a Downtime Juicy Light IPA. This is from Lake of Bays Brewing. This is a small batch, handcrafted 3.5% IPA. Holy shit, is this ever on the light side? But yeah, we're going to go with a Juicy Light IPA. Chris G says, hey Johnny, happy whatever June day it is. Indeed. So cheers to everyone. Whoop. Well, this is good. It's dripping all over me.
Let's get ready to stumbles.
Why did this particular beer decide to foam up? Oh well, I'm gonna have to wear it like a champ. H Hustle is here. That tastes pretty damn good. I think it's harder to make like a light IPA taste really good. I think that's why a lot of IPAs are a bit on the stronger side. Jelly Bean says I shook it. The only thing that is shook are the Florida Panthers. But yeah, speaking of which, I put up a poll. Who's going to win tomorrow? Tomorrow is the big game 7. If you're not a sports fan or a hockey fan, something might be on the verge of happening for the first time since the 1940s. The Edmonton Oilers got spanked 3 games in a row and were down 0-3 and mathematically had like less than 1% chance of coming back. And they've come back and they've tied it. It is 3-3 tomorrow night. Will be game 7. And although sports are kind of like a regional thing, it's been so long since I think a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. I think everybody is cheering for Edmonton in this country tomorrow, even Calgarians. And 65% of you say the Oilers will win. 10% of you say the Panthers will win. And 25% of you voted for Jaja Gabor. No, that was not a reference to Kenny versus Spenny. That's just kind of an inside joke I have with someone. Pinesel says, I would love it if the Oilers win. Boston Pizza is giving away 30,000 pizzas. Not sure if it's full price pizzas or full pizzas or slices. That's quite a bit. I was at Victory Cafe last night and I did not have a pizza. I had a steak, which was actually really good, but someone I was with had a pizza there and it was good, but I had Domino's the night before, so too much pizza this weekend. Fluffy Bunny says thrashed 5-1 in the first game. Don't know about the second. And tonight defeated by Switzerland. Nobody is surprised anymore. Oh, Germany was defeated by Switzerland. Canada like hung in tough versus Argentina too. A lot of interesting things going on. Fluffy Bunny says Scotland playing football is not sports. It's comedy. Why doesn't Great Britain just have like one super team? Why you guys chop it up into like you're all different countries all of a sudden? Come like no, in the Olympics it's Great Britain, right? But in these events like Scotland, England, Wales are all different countries. I have no idea how that works, but yeah, I think you might be a little bit better if you had just one team. Then again, maybe there would be like no Scots or Welshmen on the English team. I don't know. All I know is growing up, there was a Canadian playing for the English national team. That was before Canada was even remotely relevant. Sheena says, I'm correct. Yeah, does it make sense? Does it make, like, to a Canadian, it makes no sense. Like, yeah, you can say UK, you can say Great Britain, You can say Britain, or you could just say England, Ireland, Wales. So, like, why are they sometimes? I don't know. Are they countries? How does that work? You have one prime minister, right? One currency, but when you go to sporting events, unless it's the Olympics, you're all separated. I don't know. Anyways, I need to turn my camera off for a second. No, I am not doing anything embarrassing. I just simply had to turn my camera off for a second. But cheers to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Wade says I just called him over there. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. H. Hustle says, I can't tell the difference between the Irish and Scottish accent. Oh, I can. I definitely can. You'll hear a lot of Scots pop up if you watch like a lot of the English shows on Netflix. Fluffy Bunny says, no, we have a Welsh Prime Minister, an English Prime Minister, a Scottish First Minister, and the Irish have their own Prime Minister. But like, so, but you guys are all just one machine, right? Like if you go to war as Great Britain. You go to the Olympics as Great Britain. Neil Radlett says 4 different countries technically with a smiley face. Todd says Great Britain is the single island with 3 countries on it. There we go. Ireland is not part of the United Kingdom. I knew. Yeah, I mean, see, even people are, I don't know. We'll just let them figure it out over there. Things are a little more straightforward on this side of the pond. Fluffy says, no, Scotland hate England with a passion. Kind of like the Kiwis versus the Aussies. I don't know. But, yeah, I had a pretty good week. I took today off. I did jack shit today. I literally had a hot dog from a hot dog vendor. I had pho from Ginger downtown. I didn't make any videos. I didn't do any streams. I might stream tomorrow. I'm thinking with the 510 Spadina streetcar not operating, it might be good to just kind of go see what that's like. Maybe like a stream that starts at Union Station, goes along Queens Quay, just walking the route of the 510 Spadina streetcar, or I guess the Spadina bus, as it is now going to be known until December. So maybe I'll do that. Jellybean says, did you eat pho at the place next to it? No, a new Vietnamese restaurant, something Garden, opened up right next to Ginger. I went to Ginger and I paid like $14 for like a mediocre, underwhelming small bowl of pho. It is not the deal that it used to be. But I'm thinking, Chris Mills watched the Jays lose again. What's new? Didn't they just get swept by the Indians or Guardians? Sorry. Fluffy Bunny says, what is pho? Pho is Vietnamese beef noodle soup. Wayne says, we want fresh Johnny, quality over quantity. I don't know what that means, but I'm thinking maybe tomorrow morning we'll skip doing a video. I have a ton of videos lined up, but we might just skip that to do the Spadina bus video, and somebody keeps Instagramming me. All right, I'll get back to you. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Jays suck, Oilers don't. What else is new? Should I close the poll? Yeah, let's close the poll. I think it's pretty clearly a pro Oilers and oddly pro Jaja Gabor crowd. Right? Who is phoning first? I can't. Too expensive. You can use VoIP, but the should we do call-ins tonight? How, like, is that overdone already? Should I ask? Should we? By the way, I have somewhere to skedaddle to around 9:30, so it's not going to be a longer stream than normal. We do call-ins tonight. All right. Yes, no. I've got the poll up. Let's see what people say. Mike T says the calls are fun. Yes, it's our new hobby. Brianna says, let's get calling in. Hey, we got to go through the motions first. Tiana says, I am down. Whoa. I'm getting... someone sent me an Instagram video. I don't know what I'm watching. but okay, I'll watch that later. Can you see your viewer demographics? Yeah, I've done that. I've pulled that up on these Johnny Stumble streams before. Gertech says, wasn't you? Yeah, you guys can't call me because... let me clear those notifications. The iPhone, which I use, is in airplane mode. We don't need call burnout. We'll wait. Maybe we'll do a few tonight. Speaking of which, sad news on the Galaxy S24 Ultra front. This phone is no longer fast charging. I have no idea. It now takes like 3 hours to charge. I've toggled fast charging on and off multiple times. I've obviously tried different chargers and different cables. I've powered on, I've powered off, I've cleared the cache. It's just not fast charging. So I don't know. I don't really want to have to take it in to get it fixed. I'm hoping, and I updated the software. That didn't do anything. And apparently this is a very common problem with these phones. Chatty Cathy says, same. Lisa says, sad news, my 35 lens needs to be repaired. Autofocus is busted. That is not even close to being as sad as the fact that my Galaxy S24 Ultra now charges at like the same pathetic speed as my iPhone 15 Pro. Like this thing used to charge 3-4 times faster. It'd be like, boop, done. Now it's in the slow lane with the crappy iPhone. I don't know. Julie says, I'm still using an S22 with no issues. Yeah, I'm hoping it fixes itself. It's just kind of concerning. You know, it's only a $2,000 phone. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, what's going on? The Science Center is closing. You know what? I had it on my list of things to do if there was ever an afternoon where I was just doing nothing, to go to the Science Center and make a video. Like, it's a really cool kind of old school Art Deco, not Art Deco, what am I talking about? Brutalist, like concrete building. It's actually kind of world renowned for its design. And the Ford government has been trying to move it down to the waterfront for quite some time. And I think the reason for that is it's sitting on a pretty prime piece of provincially owned land at the nexus of two transit lines, or two future transit lines, the Eglinton Crosstown and the Science Center. And it's just very convenient for, you know, them to sell it to one of Dougie's buddies to build a lot of condos on. And of course, the taxpayer will be paying for that because we'd have to redevelop part of the waterfront to accommodate a new, completely unnecessary Science Center. And they just shut it down abruptly, saying the roof was not structurally sound because it can't, like, I think they said it can't withstand like snow. Would like, and we're shutting it down in summer. Also, it's like completely repairable. There's over 80 buildings in the province of the same type of construction that are similarly aged. Like, are they all in peril? Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll check out the Toronto Reddit, and we'll come across something. Karen says they want the land. Yeah, no shit, they want the land. Like, I don't know. Hopefully this can turn into another like green belt where the fat man walks it back. But it's kind of sad, and it's in like a good location. It's like right near the highway. It'll be at the nexus of two transit lines, and it's in kind of an area that doesn't really have a whole lot else there. Like Thorncliffe Park, Flemington Park are there. I don't know. It's near the Aga Khan Museum, I guess. It's got that. But it's there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And it would cost like $20-30 million to fix the roof. But instead, we're just going to like put a whole bunch of really talented people out of work, close it down for like at least 4 or 5 years so we can build a new one. I don't know. It is stupidity at its finest. Jennifer says Montreal is replacing the roof on the Olympic Stadium for $1 billion. Not a good design. That design has been flawed ever since day one. And the silly, like, I get Olympic Stadium is like iconic and it should stay on the Montreal skyline, but spending $1 billion on a stadium that doesn't even have a tenant. Like if Montreal attracted a new baseball team, they're not going to play an Olympic stadium. They're going to need a new field, right? And like the Montreal Alouettes are never going to move there. It's way too big for the CFL. Like they should probably just put the cheapest like canopy roof up there possible and just call it a day. Like I don't know why they're trying to like do what they're doing on the magnitude that they're doing it in Montreal. That seems like a government boondoggle as well. But yeah, the roof at the Science Center is yeah, that's happening. Anyways, anything new in YouTube land? Oh, I watched a video that was pretty neat. It was pretty well done by a Vancouver YouTuber, JJ.
Hello,
McCullough.
friends.
And it's called "What Makes Toronto Unique and What Doesn't." He's Vancouver-based. He kind of went to bat for a lot of YouTubers over Bill C11. Pretty neat channel. A lot of interesting stuff. Very Canadian. But definitely, I'm not going to play his video here, but he went to a market and bought like a pack of decals. And one was like 10 assorted Toronto items. And then he kind of uses that as the basis for this video. Not sure I entirely agreed with everything, but you know, that's the cool thing about having your own opinion. You're entitled to that. He did say something about like Torontonians need to get over themselves over like the raccoon thing. Like we think we're Raccoon City when they exist in
Under the impression
in a lot of other big
that
cities.
it is really unique and interesting that their city has raccoons. I have seen so many souvenirs and logos and knickknacks that lean into this idea of raccoons as some very defining Toronto thing. But I don't know, I come from the opposite end of the continent and we have plenty of raccoons there. Raccoons are an incredibly common species all across North America, in fact.
I guess that's true, but don't we have like the most raccoons per capita in any big city? Didn't BBC Planet Earth like film a segment in Toronto showing off the raccoons? Like, I don't know. I seriously see like raccoons once or twice a month. Like you've seen all the live streaming I've done, and I've probably seen raccoons on like less than 5 of them. I don't know. Minizine says our raccoons are our special little guys. Yeah, I don't know. Lisa says it's a running joke. It's not that deep. I don't know. It's kind of cool that we embraced that though. Bill Chow says the Ontario Science Centre was designed by Raymond Moriyama, a well-respected Japanese-Canadian architect. It is well built. Yeah, he said it was designed to last for 250 years with proper maintenance. But guess who has pulled the plug on maintenance on that building since 2017? I think it's pretty obvious that they're trying to tank that building. There is a YouTube where a raccoon was given a donut. But anyways, yeah, this is like just a fun, neat video. JJ McCullough, he is many conspiracy theories did not turn out to be true. That looks like a video worth watching. Sorry, your city still isn't unique. I don't know. Super Canadian dude. Yeah, check that out. I also just saw one from a Tech Videos for Humans from this guy called Canuxi called What to Do in Toronto. I didn't pay full attention to this. It was just playing in the background, but it literally popped up on my feed. I'm not sure. He did say like you can't really get around this city. I think he said the TTC was functionally useless in the video. I'm not sure I agree with that. Like, I get around the city just fine using the TTC. I mean, it literally stops working and I'm late every single time I use it. I didn't say it's great, but you can still get around just certainly better than every other major North American city, save maybe New York. But yeah, pretty neat video as well. If you want, I think he's actually from Hamilton. He's only been here for like 6 years or so. But either way, it's a neat video, and this guy's got a very good I guess, background in photography and cinematography, so it's well produced. As Jennifer Gala says, his video was good, artistically made. Yeah, go check it out. Neat video, neat channel. Tech minded. I think that's why I subscribed to him in the first place. Muhan says, it's my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Muhan. Cheers to you. Mike T says, I could have used this video back in 1999. And my wife and I went to Toronto from Niagara Falls and didn't know what to do, so we left. I don't know if that is true or not, Mike, but happy birthday to Muhan. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Anyone else having a birthday? Or you could just lie, right? There's no way to know that. Let's so it looks like we're going to do call-in. 77% of you said yes, 14% of you said no, and 9% of you said Jaja Gabor is your mom. Mike T says, sadly, it's true. Kristen Fuller's having a birthday in July. You know what I did this afternoon? I watched 2 more episodes of the worst show I've ever seen in my life. The cringiest show I've ever seen in my life. But it is hard not to watch it. I wonder if there's a video trashing it. Jeanette says my birthday is next week. Jeanette, happy birthday in advance. I've been watching this show, MILF Manor. MILF Manor is the worst reality show I've ever seen. MILF Manor is back and somehow even worse. MILF Manor, what they did is there's like a bunch of women on there and their sons are also on the show. So this isn't like, when I heard MILF Manor, I was thinking, okay, maybe there's like 30 something guys and like mid 40 something girls. Like no, there's a 58-year-old woman and a 20-year-old guy on this show. Like it, and like their sons and their moms, and they're trying to like, I can't put into words just how cringe inducing it is. Yes, there's already been some making out. And here's the thing that occurred to me. Imagine if this was like a bunch of old dudes and really young girls on a show. How would that be? Like, would TLC greenlight that? Because it's really no different, right? It's, why is this acceptable? Because we already know the reverse of this would not be. I don't know, not acceptable or not. Like, if there's an audience for it and the people agree to be on the show, go do it. Who am I to say you can or can't do it? But I have a feeling there is a 0% chance the opposite would have been greenlighted to go on TLC. Anyways, yeah, if you want to see a train wreck, this girl here, Kelly, Kelle, is she's just out to get some. I don't know. It's MILF Manor continues to be the worst show ever made. MILF Manor is disgusting. MILF Manor is the grossest reality show ever created. I don't know how I didn't know this existed, probably because I don't have TLC. MILF Manor is only getting worse, but they filmed the second season of this in Muskoka. So I don't know if they did the mother-son thing, but yeah, I'm 3 episodes into that. Boom Production says we could watch Bill Belichick date his cheerleading girlfriend. If they paid me $1 million, I would go on that show, says Tiana. Yeah, I would do it for like 6 figures or something. TLC also airs My 600-Pound Life. Yeah, like it's called The Learning Channel, right? What? I don't know. Muskoka MILFs are the best, says Paul Blunt. Pine Soul says 3 episodes. Damn, son, that's commitment. Stop, put down the remote. Speaking of remote, this is the super remote. I showed this already, right? The sofa baton. I can control my TV with it, my Fire Cube, my sound system, my PlayStation 5. I have 2 Samsung TVs put in here just because one of those remotes gives me more functions. This is like possibly the best thing I've ever purchased. Like, it replaces my Hero Harmony, which died a long time ago, perfectly. I love this product. But anyways, Aiden Thompson says you did. Yeah, I forget. I'm like, I'll do the same thing at show and tell the next time because I forgot what I brought last time. Tiana says Sister Wives should be illegal. Is that a show, Sister Wives? Wayne says, I sound like your grandpa. Hopefully your grandpa sounded like really young and hip. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Novell Cost says it's hard enough to find the time for all the quality TV I want to see, let alone trashy stuff. Although Drag Race can be trashy at times. I watched like a few seasons of that. Apparently a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but there's been like 4 contestants from that show who have passed away since. Sad things happening in Drag Race land. By the way, yesterday I was recording a video and I just decided to go up Church Street and like it was shut down and they were holding like Pride Festival activities on the street. I did not know. Like, I thought that was all next weekend. Next Friday night, I think I'm going to try to record the festival and have that up on the channel for Saturday. But there was like stuff going on church this week. Whippy Dude says Sofa Baton. Isn't that the new name for Young Dundas Square? Yeah, probably, Kristen. The people voted for it. Dr. Pimple Popper. Yeah, I know, Lisa, but the festival, like the big street festival, I thought starts next Friday. Speaking of that, if you want to see something incredibly disturbing, I watched this whole damn thing, the executive committee meeting at City Hall. This is Daniel Tate. He runs an Instagram account called The Flyer Vaults. He's kind of like a music and club historian in Toronto. And he took a petition with over 30,000 signatures to City Hall to, you know, get them to reconsider this incredibly wise decision to rename Dundas Square to some word so idiotic I can't even get myself to say it. And he was met with nothing but sheer dismissive arrogance, like smug arrogance by city council. Like, I've seen some of these city council meetings before. I've seen people get catty, but to do this to a member of the public, one who came like well prepared and who was obviously very passionate about the city and who came armed with a whole lot of facts and 30,000 signatures and some very well thought out arguments. And to see him get treated the way he did by City Hall, like, I don't have another word for it other than disgusting. And unfortunately, like, that includes the mayor as well. Here, like, you can, I don't want to play it. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can find it on the Toronto City Council website called, I mean, it only has 7,000 subscribers. So, you know, I guess not a whole lot of people want to see this gong show. But it's under this name, Executive Committee Meeting 15. But one thing happened that was really, really, really shocking. Here, I'll just play it.
Another question?
One question.
Okay,
so
Councilor
this
Morris.
motion, when it came to council, as you mentioned, it was actually the same time.
By the way, that is Chris Moyse talking. He is the, I think he's like the Central Toronto Centre councillor who went on this like little side quest completely away from the public eye to rename the square. We're just skipping to this part.
That
but
we renamed Rob Ford Stadium. Where's your petition for that?
Well, Rob Ford was a legend of Toronto, and he's a legend of Etobicoke. So it's actually very fitting and relevant to name.
Thank you.
Where was the Toronto candidates for Yonge and Dundas? Gordon Lightfoot Square, Jackie Shane Square. Herb Carnegie was a hockey player who broke the color barrier. He was from Toronto. Imagine that, Herb Carnegie Square. So using the Rob Ford card is kind of lowballing Councillor Moise.
Not really.
Councillor, okay, any other questions to the deputant?
Okay, watch what happens here, or listen very carefully.
Okay, Councillor Fletcher.
Yes, I'd just like you to,
Can you repeat that? Say it on the microphone.
Hang on a second.
I'm being insulted by Councillor
Allow
Moise.
Councillor
I don't
Fletcher to
appreciate you
ask the
calling me a
question.
racist, because I'm definitely...
Wait, Councillor Fletcher has,
So this is a city hall meeting, and a city councilor just called him racist. He called Daniel Tate racist for, I guess, for objecting. Well, maybe because Rob Ford, I don't know. I don't want to get myself in a, like, you can make of that what you will, but like, is that not the most incredibly disgusting, unprofessional thing you could do as a city councilor to someone who has only presented a very passionate argument and not said anything at all remotely offensive or derogatory to any groups of people? He called him a racist at a city council meeting. Like, how did this guy not get had the tables have been turned and Daniel Tate said that towards him, he would have been dragged out of there, right? And never invited back.
the floor. Allow her
Only
to
one
ask the
that has
question
the
and you
floor.
can answer it.
And
Just a second.
Olivia Chow clearly heard it, and she just like swept it under the rug, like, "Oh, it's no big deal. Let's move on."
Councillor Fletcher, ask your question, please.
so just to look at the trajectory here, the city council made a decision to
Rude and arrogant and dismissive as well. Like she might as well just put her like fingers in her ears saying like, "I can't hear you." Like this whole thing pisses me off. But anyways, yeah, that happened. City council doubled down on renaming the square. So yeah, and if you want to see who your counselor is, I looked that up. But anyways, let's turn that off. Let's move on to something a little more positive. Fluffy Bunny says they do that to deliberately try to undermine people. I think there's like a weird power trip. They forget that they like represent the people and that they're elected to act in the best interests of the people and the city. And when like well over 90% of the people don't support something, maybe you should reconsider it. Like if Rob Ford if Doug Ford can walk back the Greenbelt, surely they could walk back this decision, right? Like when you're caught with your pants down doing something nobody approves of, like just do the right thing and backtrack it. Pinesel says, I'm tired. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Tiana says, it's just so unprofessional. Like, we should expect better from these people. Tiana says they just don't care. Yeah, I don't know. It makes my blood boil just watching the way he was treated. Like, they didn't have the common sense to, like, fake it and be receptive and then still choose not to proceed with it. Like, I don't know. This is the quality of people we have electing us. Mike T, yeah, they're elected city councilors. Minizine says you would hate the job though. Oh, I would hire someone if I was like in a position of office. I would just give somebody most of my salary who I thought was way more competent than me to do it for me. I would not be good. You would not want me actually calling the shots. I could barely run like a couple of YouTube channels. How the hell would I do anything? Jellybean says there are people a block away from the square that need shoes and food and help. You know, $1 million could go a long way to that. I know that money isn't allocated for that, but shouldn't it be? There's garbage bins falling apart. There's potholes everywhere. There's a whole lot of things where that money, like if we were a really rich city, like imagine the things that we could do. We could build like amusement parks by the waterfront and call them Ontario Place. Remember those good old days when we could go on renaming everything. We could make the city all pretty and happy, but like there's just so much shit going on. This seems so unnecessary. Christo says I'd vote for Strides. Yeah, I don't know. I like, in fairness, Olivia Chow has gotten a lot done, but let's not like a lot done that I think very few could have got done. But I'm just incredibly disappointed how this was handled personally. But anyways, oh, actually, there's another thing. Did you know Lower Coxwell was renamed? Pinesill says, I still believe the Toronto Police should be in a security booth at Yonge and Dundas rather than private security, kind of like Times Square. You know, I had like a few fun conversations with cops in Times Square. I think, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's a good idea, but I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, there should be like less police in police cars with their arms crossed, and more like being out there in the public. Wayne says Johnny would delete Strodes. I wouldn't delete Strodes, but I would try to fix them. I don't know. City Beautiful actually did a very good video on like fixing Strodes. But over here, so I did not know this. I did not know Coxwell Avenue. What am I doing? There's Leslie Street, and there's Greenwood, there's Coxwell. Coxwell over here, this stretch between Queen and Lakeshore, I think prior to 2017, it like did not have a name. It was like orphaned, and they decided to just call it Lower Coxwell, which makes sense. It puts it in line with a lot of the naming conventions around the city. Anything south of Front, downtown, you'll notice like Lower Simcoe, Lower Sherburne, Lower Jarvis, etc. This was renamed to what did they rename it to? It just rolls right off the tongue. Move over Lower Coxwell. Hey, we clicked on a Toronto Sun link. Can't say I do that too often. Move over Lower Coxwell. Toronto calls it Mda Avenue now. Can you guys say this? Mda Avenue now? I didn't know this happened, but apparently this just did. But that's kind of a neat name that just rolls right off the tongue. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this, good or bad. It's just an interesting name that I don't think. Imagine like telling that to like a cab driver or something, like, oh, just take me to Mda like, I get there's probably a good, like a meaningful connection with this name, but like that sounds like that should be a park name or something. Like, don't call it a street name. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. H Hustle says Mda. Yeah, I don't want to be ignorant. It's probably like a well thought out name. It probably makes sense, honors someone or something, but call a little parquet that, not like a street. I don't know. I think Lower Coxwell was probably the right name for the bottom part of Coxwell Avenue, since it's actually physically the same street. I don't know. Call me nuts. Lisa says less typing is better, dude. I don't know. It is what it is. Hey, there's Paula Fletcher, that very unsavory person. Not a fan of her after seeing her a few times. Lisa says, sorry, less talking is better. I'm taking a non-position. It is what it is. I'm not taking a position. I'm just saying a street was renamed, and it is not a name that rolls off the tongue. That is it. But I think I read somewhere there's no like businesses or homes on that street, so like no one's really affected. So, but I'm surprised. Google, update your thing. Update it. Take off Lower Coxwell. That is not true. They renamed Dundas Square on here. Oh, they put it back. It's back to Yonge Dundas Square. Remember when they renamed this like a month ago? Chatty Cathy says, to help with the pronunciation, the city said in its news release that the word translated from, okay, I can't even, Mda, which means where the road goes to the water. That's kind of cool. See? That's a cool Mda. I'm sure people in that area will just say that normally. Wayne says, Johnny, do you go shirtless during the summer in your apartment? No. No, I do not. No, I do not. But yeah, so Google they reverted this back to Young Dundas Square. There must have been a lot of backlash over that. But we got this new street name. Does it say Johnny's place where you live? No, it doesn't. Just call it. No, shouldn't we call Coxwell Upper Mdabimuk? I don't know. Shouldn't we call it that? Let's go to BlogTO before I get myself into too much trouble. Where the city sneaks into another one. You know what? The name it actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Chatty Cathy. 15 things you need to explain to first-time visitors to Toronto. What's going to be on here? I'm going to guess street pronunciations, funnily enough, will probably on there, like Strawn Avenue, Etobicoke always. What else would you have to explain to a first-time visitor to Toronto? It's not the CNN Tower, it's the CN Tower. It's not actually south, but we say that south. I don't know. I don't think you have to explain. Toronto doesn't have moose. There we go. It's Toronto and not Toronto. You know, I find myself saying the T sometimes and sometimes I don't. I guess it depends on where it is in the sentence you're saying it. Waiting on traffic lights. Yeah, or street spellings. It's Young, not Y-O-U-N-G. Yeah, or Eglinton. It's amazing how many times you hear people say Eglinton. People that like have lived in Toronto for a very long time will still say Eglinton. There's no second G in there. Not everyone has the Toronto accent you're thinking of. For better or worse, the city made waves last year when a clip of Toronto resident Plush went viral for her Toronto accent. Just, huh?
In Toronto, we literally have balling up rules. If the spliff is Aita, don't even pass it to me. If we link to ball up and you don't even have your own, like, I'm not passing my team to you still. Please, if you put a filter on your splizzy or your blizzy.
I think that's just a young person thing. I don't know. I personally don't know anyone who speaks like that. It's a very diverse place. You'll hear a lot of accents here. Your TTC commute will rarely go off without a hitch. That is absolutely true. Your TTC commute will rarely go off without a hitch. It will get you to where you're going. Paul Blunt says, what the hell is even that? Yeah, I don't know. The LCBO closes earlier than you might expect, but you're unlikely to be able to stock up on booze past 9 p.m. You know, growing up here, I remember a time when like stores weren't even open on Sunday. And on weekends, growing up, like everything used to just like close at 5 or 6 p.m. So the fact that like the LCBO is open till 9 to me, like I don't know, it makes sense. Like that doesn't surprise me. Most things close at 9. The wine racks stay open a little later, but they typically close between 10 and 11. Yeah, like to me, that's just normal, but maybe you have to explain that to someone from out of town. I don't know. There's nature all around the city if you know where to look. Yeah, it doesn't take hard to look there. I agree with that point. There's always like a ravine or like a huge park or something right around the corner from where you are. Speaking of which, I think maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I've got a very naturey video coming up on the channel. Fluffy Bunny says stores only opened up on Sundays from 1986 here. I think it's similar here. It's pronounced Toronto. If someone says Toronto, I'm not going to correct them. They're actually saying it correctly. I don't know. People, it's a name. People say Atlanta. I hear Atlanta a lot, so I think they got the same thing as Toronto. A lot of people drop the second T. Like, whatever. Just say something if it sounds vaguely like Toronto. We know what you mean. Nobody is going to correct you for pronouncing the second T, though. Chris G says Toronto has some great parks, but they can be hidden. Indeed. But I think Atlanta does have like the same thing, right? Atlanta. You almost never hear that second T. Few things are pronounced how they're spelt. No, most things are pronounced how they're spelt. A few things are not pronounced how they're spelt, is how I would put this, right? On that note, there are a lot of names in the city that might trip you up pronunciation-wise. Young, I don't know. I thought Y-O-N-G made sense as young. Is pronounced young. A few others, Strawn is Strawn. I figured Etobicoke is Etobicoke. Yeah, Tecumseh. Yeah. I'm pretty sure every city has that, though. I don't think that's special here. Bikers beware of streetcar tracks. Yes. But again, anywhere with like tracks on the street, that's probably a thing. Interestingly enough, they seem to have solved that problem in Amsterdam. I remember looking at the tracks, their tram tracks, thinking like tires aren't going to snag in here. Maybe it's because we have like 4 seasons and they have to like endure the winters or survive the winters. Jellybean says Key. Yeah, Queen's Key. Whippy dude, Grosvenor. Yeah, I know some people say Grosvenor. Just don't say Grosvenor. No Presto card, no problem. While there's some benefits that come along with having... All of the Presto machines have like that tap symbol on them. So yeah, just tell people to tap your credit card or debit card. How to use the path? I think most people couldn't explain to someone visiting how to use the path. There's literally signs all over it, and Google Maps will still get you through it. Jellybean says Trethewey. Isn't it Trethewey? Am I saying it right? Trethewey? I'm pretty sure I heard that in a bus once. That is way out. That's like Eglinton and Trethewey out on the West End. What doesn't qualify as being in the city. Toronto is in the GTA, but not all of the GTA is Toronto. So like city proper versus metro area. That like every other city has that same issue. Toronto has many nicknames, but no one really uses them. That is 100% true. Hogtown, the Big Smoke, T-Dot, the Six. You've heard them all, but which ones do people really use? Well, none of them. The city's nicknames tend to only be invoked in restaurant and business names, and by Drake, of course. Yeah, I think Hogtown and the Big Smoke are like the classic ones I kind of grew up hearing a lot. T-Dot has always sounded stupid to me. The Six has always sounded a little off to me as well. I've never used any of them. Cam says I used to pronounce Quay literally, as I just did. The lady at my internship acted like I had 3 kids. RJMB. Yeah, let's see. It says the 6 is annoying. What do you guys think? Do you say the... Let's see. What do you guys say? Do you guys say the 6? Simple poll. Johnny, TTC was having trouble with debit cards and Presto cards for a couple of days. You know, I could not get my Samsung Pay to tap today. Like, it was just like, it just would not tap. I tried to get on like the shuttle bus and tap, and it was like, ah, and the driver's like, just go, man. No one's tapping. Kurt Affair says, I've always liked T-Dot and the 6, but due to the urban influence. Novell Cost says, I say T-Dot at times, but never the 6. The GTA, the Golden Horseshoe. 18% of you say the 6. 72% say no so far. I only say the 6 ironically, says Christos. Toronto can feel kind of crummy until summer comes along. The biting wind and winter gloom can even get the most steeled city folk down. Yeah, that's true of any city with our climate, though. The subway doesn't run all night. Yeah. Not only does the subway not run all night, but they don't do any maintenance work when it isn't running. They wait till like a weekend, like this weekend, and shut it all down and create shuttle bus mayhem. I stood there. I was going home on Friday night, and I stood at Yonge and Bloor for like 20 minutes before a single shuttle bus showed up, and there were so many people waiting for it that most of the people that were standing there the whole time didn't get on it. Like newer people that showed up and like swam up line because there was no organization. You're looking at the intersection, there's no pedestrians, but the scramble crossing is still in effect. And you see all the buses like waiting to get north of Bloor Street, but they can't because they have to wait for 3 light cycles. I don't know what we're doing. Maybe Canoopsy was right. We have a weird relationship with raccoons. We already talked about that tonight. The people are friendlier than they might seem. Yes, just have a little smile and say hi. It's amazing how damn friendly some people can be, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to show this now or not, but I saw this just came to mind anyway. So maybe. What am I doing? Walks, Sunday, shuttle buses, videos. Or a pedestrian scramble crossing when there were barely any pedestrians. That's me. I saw this yesterday. Wait till you see this. Okay, that's all the people getting on the shuttle bus, but wait till you see what happens here. This might end up being like a YouTube short. I don't know. But keep an eye on this bus and this streetcar. Yeah, you saw what happened. Watch this girl. Running in the middle of traffic towards like a streetcar and bus that were moving. How many times do you see just something wacky happen like that? And there's like a cop standing there at a construction site or directing traffic and they do nothing about it. Well, guess what happened? This bus driver, by the way, is like yelling at the lady, like, "Are you out of your mind? What are you doing?" I think that bus driver just asked that lady if she lost her mind. And I don't know if you saw it, but she ran. That cop, she ran down the subway, and the cop in pursuit of her grabbed her, and he's pulling her up. Her argument was, "This is downtown. What the F is this?" As if that's an excuse. I mean, and the guy is just trying to say, like, "I'm concerned for your safety. Like, this behavior is not acceptable." Like, along those lines. But yeah, so I saw that happen. I mean, she did. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. But, like, hey, one of those people standing around, like, did their job. Kind of cool. Hopefully that I saw that girl like 20 minutes later running through the intersection of Yonge and Dundas against like the crossing, and a car like honked at her. So like clearly she did not learn anything from that encounter at all. Anthony says, "Did you clip?" I don't know. I filmed that yesterday. I haven't clipped it yet. I don't know if I will. I don't like if she's, I'm kind of debating that internally. Like, I don't know. It might be better just to leave it in the video and not highlight someone in need. I don't know. Yeah, Lisa, that was my thought as well. like it's in the video. I captured it, like whatever. If something happens in the course of a video and I capture it, so be it. But some things I don't know if I want to highlight or not, and that is kind of what I was thinking with that. Yeah. But I just thought like it was interesting, like seeing one of those police officers actually like spring to action and do something. I don't know. I thought, you know, kudos to that guy for doing his job. That's it, because there's not enough of them out there like that, I think. What else is on Blog TO? People are asking when are we gonna get a call? Whatever happened to the assault where you experienced on the subway? Was there charges? They assigned, apparently that guy just disappeared off the face of the earth. A detective called me a few different times on that. They had some leads. They had a taxi. They followed them. I understand you can't like set up a search party for that guy. Like their resources aren't unlimited. And ultimately I was okay. So I'm okay. Like they tried, but they couldn't find him. But like they called me. They followed up. They let me know that, like, to me it sounded like, yeah, they did an acceptable amount of searching. But yeah, go help some other people at that point. I don't know. People are sharing their favorite parts of Toronto that don't really feel like Toronto. The part south of Casa Loma. Chatty Cathy says I'd say clip it, but not at the end showing her. Yeah, if I did clip it, that would be 100% a blur the face kind of thing, which I don't know. I think if I did that, that's the only way I would do that. I've had other moments like that too that I've caught where I didn't try to highlight it, because it was like it wasn't a person drawing attention to themselves. It was a person who needed attention. Or just end the clip at the streetcar door and the cop chasing. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. I'll sit on that for a few days. Like there's no need to like rush a thing out. But hey, it happened. I shared it on this channel. Maybe that's more than enough. Sometimes it's good to get a little feedback on this type of thing. Jellybean says, I think my stalker has given up laughing my ass off. That's good. That's good. Let's go to the Toronto subreddit. The Ford government blamed bad concrete for the Science Center's decay. In a letter last year, the building's architect told a different story. Yeah, he said the building was built to last over 250 years. Very sad. Demonstration to save the Science Center today, June 23rd, 12:22 at Bathurst and St. Clair. Maybe the next time they do one of these. I don't get like that political on this channel, but like this is part of the fabric of the city and certainly an entire neighborhood. I think that is definitely a good cause, something to at least check out and shine a light on a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's more of like a live stream kind of thing, like stream around the area for a bit and leave. I don't really think I could turn that into a good video. Robert says, hi, Johnny and friends. Hi, Robert. With the TTC in disrepair, it's hard not to think Rick Leary was the wrong man for the job. No shit. The TTC CEO recently quit. Good. Can we get Andy Byford back? Science Center was apparently built to stand for... Yeah, this guy, I think, articulated... I have to go to the bathroom, so what I'll do, I'll just play this guy's TikTok while I do that. This video is playing...
As of today, the Ontario...
All right. Let me figure out how to get this playing here in this stupid web browser.
Ontario Science Center is permanently...
No! Just play the video. Just play the video. I think...
As of today, the Ontario Science Center is permanent.
I'll be back, but I'll let you watch this very informative YouTube video. Sorry, TikTok video. One sec.
As of today, the Ontario Science Centre is permanently closing. And this highlights so many problems with the way that the Ontario government runs things. So the Science Centre was closed by the Ministry of Infrastructure due to concerns about, quote, the roof of the Science Centre if we were to experience heavy snowfall accumulation. That's right, folks, we're closing it in June out of fear of snowfall accumulation. But there are larger issues here. For starters, the building was built in 1967 by Raymond Moriyama. And in an open letter that he wrote last year before he passed away, he shared that he had built the building to stand for 250 years. With the materials that he used, if it was properly maintained, it would have stood for at least 100. But since 2017, due to a lack of funding, 42 critical projects at risk of failure have not been repaired. They just keep getting denied funding. And there was sitting on a deferred maintenance cost of $370 million in April of 2022. They just let it crumble. They had a gorgeous building that was an important part of the community, and they just watched it fall down. Which also means that 250 workers are going to be affected, potentially losing their jobs. And this whole thing really boils down to Doug Ford just wants to move this to the waterfront. He wants to move it to Ontario Place, and so he just watched the building collapse. And the majority of this depends on blaming the aerated concrete that's used for the roof. It's a more lightweight form of concrete that is more prone to degradation.
Yeah, pretty informative TikTok video. What is that guy's
Worth noting.
I don't even know his TikTok handle, but we're back. Christos says 370 mil is crazy. Ironically, the new Line 5 station is called Science Center. Yeah, there's two stations. There's the Line 5 station and there's the Ontario Line station. Like the terminal station is called Science Center Station, which is, it's just Looney Tunes to even think about closing that down. But yeah, interesting little TikTok. We'll do let's do viewer calls in maybe 5 minutes or so. How is that? If the Science Center site has a 99-year contract, they should have invested to fix it. Well, they deliberately like cratered the property and didn't maintain it because Mr. Ford has some friends who have a lot of money to make on that property. But hey, what's an Ontario government without a little good old-fashioned corruption at the expense of like a neighborhood and wonderment of children trying to learn about the universe. 2.5 hours of the Science Center at its very best. Okay, I can't play someone else's video, but that looks probably neat. Fucking really, people? I get there are no easily accessible trash cans on the GO trains, but still clean up after yourselves. What else is new? They're drinking Molson too. Should we really have higher expectations of someone? There was a power outage in the annex. How did our South Annex viewers fare? Have we looked at the bad drivers of Toronto yet? Says Hujja. No. Current state of, not yet. Current state of Toronto housing for rent. 1 bedroom, no bath, rustic. $950 a month. Oh, it's a bird's nest. Ha. Huh. That's the joke. What Toronto looked like in the 1980s. That's on the old Toronto series channel. That's kind of a neat channel. A very neat channel. Lisa says, didn't impact me, was north of Bloor. I was in the annex last night. I was having some Victory Cafe. More Canadian cities are warming up to the car-free street. Montreal, lead the way, please. I wish it was Toronto leading the way. Montreal is adding a car-free street this summer. In addition to their like 10 million of them already. Show-offs. And Vancouver is doing the same. It's amazing how amazingly nice it is to walk around Montreal in the summer. Brandon says at least the GO train doesn't have too much drama other than TTC. The only time the GO has drama is a sporting event or concert. Yeah, I mean, I think the GO train is mostly just people trying to like go to and from work. Rest in peace, the Ontario Science Centre, 1969 to 2024. Hopefully that's premature. Hopefully it just gets fixed up. Ontario Science Centre has one last hard lesson to teach us all. If we let our most valuable assets to rot and crumble, guess what happens eventually? But this was like engineered to happen this way. This is what they wanted to happen. Reckless in the extreme. Lamborghini driver convicted for crash while passing Toronto streetcar. Do we have a video of that? We have a video of the streetcar run. Oh, you can kind of see the crash. Yeah, F that person. Hopefully their insurance found a loophole to deny that claim. Probably not. Yikes. You were driving fast enough to do that on like downtown streets around a streetcar in a Lamborghini driver who tried to pass a Toronto streetcar at 3 times the speed limit, striking several parked cars and totaling his own vehicle, has been found guilty of dangerous driving causing bodily harm. No words for that. Richmond bike lane is 2 times more efficient than the traffic lanes. Could have seen that one happening. One last quick look at the Science Center. It says closed on it. Did they already have that sign ready to go? Should I do a walk around the Science Center? Do you guys think that would be a good one? Like, just, I wanted to do one inside it, but obviously that's not going to happen now. But Flemington Park, yeah, I guess there's like the new, there's a subway station there on Eglinton. I could kind of walk from Thorncliffe Park up to there, and we could just like walk around the property and see it. I mean, this is all the video. Like, we might not even get this close because it'll probably be hoarded off. But what an absolutely stunning location. There's like a valley right behind it. We need a Johnny Strides billboard that says yoink. This person really doesn't want their SUV stolen. Oh, look at that. They've got a bollard and I hope they don't like drive too often. How annoying would that be to set up every day? Just reading some of your comments. Historic Toronto church fire marks beginning of Ford government's new urban controlled burn program. The Toronto Herald giving the Beaverton a run for its money. These articles are like closer to truth than fiction. That's kind of the state of things we're living in. A beautiful apartment patio. Oh, that is a stunning view, if that's your view. CIBC Square on the left, CN Tower straight ahead. Neat. AI Gaming says passenger did not survive. Oh no, sorry to hear about that. That person should be facing some much stiffer charges if that's the case. The pond in the High Park dog park is toxic? Dog owners, you know about this? Bumped into a city worker today while my dogs were playing in the stream that flows off the pond. She told me that this pond is extremely polluted and unsafe for dogs to be playing in and can be very toxic if they drink the water. It's apparently the same for the stream that runs along the paved path in the off-leash area, as it is direct runoff from the pond. Stay safe. Well, indeed. Barriers have started to go up at the Ontario Science Centre. Reporters have a briefing with the head of infrastructure at 2:45. All right. Maybe it's time just to have some people call in. What do you guys say? Should we do some viewer call-ins? Should we? Do you guys want to call in? Sorry, I did not set this up to go through the computer yet, so it'll be the same way we've done it. Tiana says yes. Here, I just took my phone out of airplane mode, so I have to wait for 100,000 notifications to pop up. By the way, I played the 1% Club. Episode 3, I got 45%, which is actually a pretty good score. Lisa says that passenger did not die. Well, that's very good news. See, this is what happens when you get your news and information from the YouTube comments chats on your Sunday Night Stumble stream. I'm glad I didn't go around telling people someone died. I generally wouldn't do that without trying to confirm through more, I don't want to say trustworthy sources, but all right. Where are we going? Where are we going? We are going to, do I still have the app? Can I call myself with this? Hello? Hello? Hey. Hi. Okay, we're testing.
I'm using a voice assistant to convert your voice to text and respond to you. If you want to continue, please stay on the call.
All right. Greg says call Action Kid. If you want to call in to the show, just please don't say anything super duper offensive, or I'll have to just hang up on you and not do this segment anymore, and possibly edit the live stream to take that part out, which I don't think anyone wants to do. But the number is 647-247-3726. Call now if you want to call into the show. 647-247-3726. I apologize. Here, I'll turn the microphone up a little bit. If you want to call in and talk, be prepared to be made fun of. Just kidding. Is this... I think it's working. If nobody calls, Wayne says slide into his DMs. We're getting a phone call from a 613 area code. Greetings. Hello.
Hello, Johnny. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, I'm just great. Getting tired of cookies, though. I'd like some pie.
Is this Vivian Johnson?
It might be.
Vivian Johnson. Holy crap. This is the first time I've actually ever spoke to you.
That's right. It is.
Wow. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
This is our moderator, one of our long-standing moderators, Vivian Johnson, who I pay in cookies to be on here.
Yeah.
So
I think this is a good idea for the show.
Yeah, it's fun. People enjoy it. We had Sheena call in. My mom has called in. All kinds of viewers have called in.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think you should make it a steady thing on Sunday nights.
I think we're doing that. And what's nice about it is I can be completely lazy because it doesn't take any like planning or I can just say, "Hey, let's do call-ins," and people can call in. And it's fun. It's fun to put voices to
Yes, it is.
online personas, I guess.
It is nice. Anyway, I have a joke because I knew you'd ask for one.
Well, Vivian, we're not doing jokes. Just kidding. Tell us a joke.
Okay. How often do I tell chemistry jokes?
How often do you tell chemistry jokes? Is that the joke?
Yeah. That's the joke. Periodically is the answer.
Periodically. I get it.
It's a groaner joke.
It is.
Yeah, I get them from my son-in-law.
Well, thank you. Well, not to put you on the spot, but now you're going to have to tell us another joke.
Pardon me?
Did you see that one coming? Now you have to tell us a second joke.
A second joke? Oh, geez, let me think. He's always...
See, I know you cheated and you did your homework and you came with a joke.
Yeah, I did. Okay, did you hear about the person who got kicked out of mime class?
No?
It seems that it was something they said.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Well, he does. He sends a joke every day out west to his kids.
Well,
I get them too. So.
That's pretty neat. Well, it's nice to finally talk to you.
Well, nice to talk to you too.
And where is 613?
Belleville.
Belleville. Oh.
Uh-huh.
I have driven through Belleville. I have never been to Belleville, but
It's a nice little place.
yeah, maybe we'll come do a walking tour. Maybe I'll
If you come, I'll have a beer for you.
well, I need more than that. It's
2 beers?
All right. Maybe we'll get Ken. We'll make a road trip out of it. Well, Vivian, I'm sure people really appreciated hearing you, and thank you so much for always being there for the community. It's much appreciated.
Well, it's appreciated for me to be able to be there. Okay, I'll let you go so other people can give you a call.
All right. Thank you, Vivian.
Okay.
Nice. Have a wonderful Sunday. Have a good night.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, there you go. Oh, we got another phone call already, a 905 number. Thank you, Vivian. And, oh, sorry, I've got a 705 number. I think we've got two phone numbers. Sorry to the 905 number. Oh. Hello?
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, who is this?
Brandon, and I don't know if you remember me. We actually ran into each other at Dufferin's Mall back in November, and it was the same day where I took the selfie with you.
Oh, Brandon, how's it? I'm pretty sure I remember that. Awesome. So,
Stream having a great time.
awesome. And you're in Toronto?
Oshawa.
Oshawa, yeah, rocking a 905 number. That's the
Yeah, the 905. Yeah, definitely.
So this is Brandon N. We've seen you in the chats for quite a while, and I met you that one time.
Yeah, exactly. I've been following your channel since the end of 2020, during the COVID times, because I first heard about you through an article on Blog.to when you did some vlog of you exploring around Queen and Sherbourne. I mean, that was the first time I heard about you, and since then I've been a subscriber of you for 4 years.
Well, it is definitely much appreciated. I'm gonna have to put you on the spot and have you tell us a joke, though.
A joke? I don't have a lot of good jokes, to be honest.
It doesn't have to be good, as long as it's not super racist. I'm sure we'll be okay.
No, I wouldn't share anything offensive on here. I would never do that.
You got nothing? You gonna
Nothing?
just?
I have one joke.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, if I could think of one, oh my gosh, it's gonna give me a bit of time.
It's all right. We'll let it slide this one time, but next time there'll be some guys with a crowbar coming around because.
Oh, the crowbar comes after you. I'm just kidding.
No, well, it was nice to talk to you, Brandon. Thank you for calling in. I hope you're having a nice day over in Oshawa. And I need to get it.
You might do a blog there someday.
I need to take the GO train out there and just get off. I remember I researched a walk to Oshawa, and I was trying to connect the GO station to downtown, and it looked like it would be about a 30-minute trek. Does that sound right? I think.
Yeah, unless you Ubered, I mean that would be fine.
Yeah, I think. Let's do it. Let's go to Oshawa this summer. Sure.
The funny thing is, Oshawa and Hamilton have about the same similarities. Hamilton, it has its art, it has its sketchy side, but I know for downtown Oshawa itself, it does have a huge drug and homeless problem.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, you would know that better than me, but I'll have to see that if I do see that. It's sad to hear that, but I'm sure that's the sad reality of a lot of places.
But the good part of Oshawa is like Durham College and Ontario Tech. You know, that's where like all the college kids, you know, like hang around that area. And there's lots of food too. You know, like there's lots of good food places. We even have Chick-fil-A, which opened up back in November.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'll probably start with the downtown area just because I'm a sucker for that. I love seeing old downtowns, and we'll take it from there. But it was good to talk to you, Brandon. Thanks.
Yeah, it was great to talk to you too. You know, I just want to hold up most of your time because you know you have like lots of people that are wanting to call you. But yeah, it's been a
No,
pleasure
it's all
talking
good.
to you.
No, you too, buddy. Stay safe, and we'll talk again. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, take care.
Okay, bye.
That was Brandon and Epic National HD $5 super chat from Epic Nation HD. Thank you, Epic Nation. Hey, we got a 705 caller here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can you do me a favor and just turn your speaker down? It's creating a bit of an echo.
This is Tiana.
Tiana, how's it going, Tiana? So you're where are you calling from?
I live in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.
I have never been to Sault Ste. Marie. Wow. Oh, I think Tiana is listening to me talk through her speaker and not the phone. I think there's a bit of a delay
Hi,
when
Mr.
you do it that way.
Strides, smiley face.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's better to listen to me through the phone, because if you listen to me through the computer, there's like a 15-second delay, and it's gonna sound like we're both just sitting here. So, do you ever make it out to Toronto?
I'm going to Toronto in November.
Oh, that's exciting. You're coming for my birthday. My birthday is in November. That's awesome. Do you have any jokes for us?
I actually do have some.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. My Bluetooth speaker wasn't working, so I threw it into the lake. Now it's sinking.
All right. H Hustle says I'm making you blush. I don't think that's true. I think it's just the delay. I think it's just the delay. But that was a good one. I hope you have a good trip to Toronto. T-word, and it was nice talking to you.
Thank you. I hope to see you or Ken in November.
You definitely want to see Ken. He's 1,000 times better. I'm a bit of a train wreck in person, trust me. But if you do, say hi, and yeah, we'll see you in the chat. Thank you for calling in.
Yoink.
Yoink. All right, so that was Tiana from someone is texting me with messages in French. That was Tiana from Sault Ste. Marie. I can't even spell Sault Ste. Marie, let alone point to it on a map. We have a phone call coming in from 614. We've got a 614 area code. Why, hello there. It is quiet. They're not talking. Oh, we've got one coming in from a... Hello? Hello, garbled robot?
Hi.
Hi, who is this? Yeah, it's Greg from New York City says they're calling. Yeah, it's this is not coming through. I don't know if it's my janky free voice IP phone or not, but it's not really coming through. But thank you. Sorry, we're gonna listen to this on the live stream, and hopefully you're not offended. But thank you for calling in, mystery caller. All right, I had to end that one. Hello? All right. We're going to have to... was that Greg from New York City? Can you call WhatsApp? I do not have a WhatsApp that I can give out. But sorry, guys. I don't know what happened, but it sounded like it wasn't working on that. We'll do one more caller for tonight. We'll do one more caller. No, I only have Fongo that I can call on because I'm using like a voice IP app. Greg says no, not this Greg. Yeah, we've got two Gregs. We've got two Gregs. If one more person wants to call in, the number is 647-247-3726. VoIP bad. Yeah, sometimes it happens with VoIP. Probably my fault on my end. I mean, if you want to try again and it doesn't work. Sebastian says, that was me. Sebastian, I don't know what happened there. But it wasn't very clear. But we can do one more. Digital Blade CA says, Fongo is good if you're traveling and only have a data plan. That's a very good point, because a lot of times data plans do not have local calling, right? They just have 911. Lisa says, I sent a joke. This is how bad I am on iPhones. I don't even know. Messages. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. That's your joke. Oh, what happened to the 3 French cats on thin ice? Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. Huh? Someone is asking me when my birthday is in November. Someone texted me P. You guys have been very creative. Well, one more call and we'll call it a night. If no one calls, we're just gonna call it a night because we've had our fair share of fun. I'll try to see if I can get this thing plugged in to my computer. Lisa says, I laughed at myself and I'm not mad about that. Yeah, that was a cute joke. All right, I think that's it. No one else wants to call in. 647-247-3726, I believe. Okay, last caller coming from 902. Greetings. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who is this?
I'm a caller named Trevor from Nova Scotia.
Trevor from Nova Scotia. Awesome. All the way on the East Coast. I think we have a few viewers from there.
Quite a few. Well, the odd one.
Well, Novell Koss, Mike Landry, I think. Bevy
Mike Landry is in New Brunswick.
Oh, which
is close.
Yeah, sorry, I'm an ignorant Ontarian. We just kind of, you're all a bunch of little islands on the East Coast. Beautiful islands. You have much nicer landscapes than we do, that's for sure.
Wow, the last weather system must have been worse than I realized for the peninsula to suddenly become an island. Wow.
Yeah, so you're in Halifax or near Halifax?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's a city I've been meaning to get to. I think I went once when I was like a kid, but I have never been since. H Hustle says Johnny failed Canadian geography. I could the big giant land masses I can point out, but the East Coast.
I'll grant you an honorary geography certificate, I guess.
Yeah, I think I could name all the provinces and territories if you gave me a map. Bloodhound says downtown Halifax is very walkable. So what's the deal with Halifax Donairs? Are they all they're cracked up to be?
I have never tried one because I am mostly a vegetarian.
Oh, so yeah, because
I know, very disappointing.
No, it's not. I've had them here, and I can't tell what sets them apart from anything else that I've had, like any other kind of donair. Am I ignorant? Am I not seeing it? I don't know.
I think it's the sauce. Like the donairs here use a special kind of like a condensed milk-based sauce, which doesn't sound very appetizing, but apparently people love it. So
Awesome. Are you able to tell us a joke?
Oh, a joke. Doug Ford is an amazing premier. How's that?
Would you? I don't know who your premier is, but I will gladly do a trade with you. Would you be up for that?
I think I'll wait and see who gets in next, and then I'll make my decision.
All right. Well, Trevor from Halifax or Nova Scotia, thank you for calling in. Sorry, my geography needs a bit of a brush up heading out east. But I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks for calling in.
All right, yeah.
All right, take care. And we are going into airplane mode. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, everyone else who called in. I think that's Lisa said, yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I get nervous too, guys. I get nervous too. We'll just say that. Or I could have blamed the IPA. Or maybe I'm just a dumbass. Maybe that's it. That's probably it. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank our mods for their good work, Patreon members, channel supporters, and everyone. I hope you had a good night, and I hope you have a good night. And tomorrow night, we are all from Edmonton. Jellybean says, read my joke. All right, let me see. We'll finish off with Hi, Johnny, Toronto Mans. Was that your joke? Johnny, when is your birthday? November. That was your joke? Hi, Johnny, Toronto Mans. I already put my phone into airplane mode, Jellybean. Let's see. I don't save names and numbers, by the way. If you call me, I literally clear this out. All I see is Hi Johnny, Toronto Mans. But we'll see if we can resolve that for the next one, Jellybean. But what do you call a cougar in a bar that can't hear you? Def Leopard. Mini Zine says Jellybean. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have an awesome night. Go Oilers, go. I might do a live stream tomorrow instead of post a video on the Strides channel.